Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Effortless English Zone. I'm Emma, and I'm really happy to have you with us today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Daniel. It's great to be here.
Today, we're talking about something we all do, but sometimes don't notice. Do you ever talk to yourself?
Yes, I do. Actually, I talk to myself quite often.
Really? When do you usually do it?
Usually when I'm looking for something. If I can't find my phone, I might say, "Where did I put my phone?"
I do that too, and when I finally find it, I say, oh, there it is.
Exactly. I also talk to myself when I'm trying to remember something.
Like what?
Maybe I'll say, "What did I need to buy?" Then I try to remember my shopping list.
That's a common kind of self-talk. We talk to ourselves when we're thinking, planning, remembering, or solving problems.
So talking to myself is normal?
Yes, it's very normal, and it can actually be useful.
I never thought about it that way.
There's another reason I wanted to talk about this. Self-talk can be especially useful for people learning English.
How can talking to myself help me learn English?
Because you don't always need another person to practice speaking, you can practice with yourself.
But what should I talk about?
Your everyday life. Start with simple things. If you're getting ready in the morning, say, I'm getting dressed. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making breakfast. I'm going to work.
Those sentences are very easy.
Exactly. That's why they're useful. You don't need advanced English to practice speaking.
So I shouldn't wait until I know more vocabulary.
No, use the English you already know. Then slowly add new words and longer sentences.
For example, I'm drinking coffee.
Yes, and you can make it longer. I'm drinking coffee because I'm tired.
I'm going to work because I have a meeting.
Perfect. That's how you gradually build your speaking ability.
I like this because it doesn't feel like traditional studying.
That's the great thing. You're using English while doing something you already do.
So I could practice while cooking?
Absolutely. You could say, I'm cutting the vegetables. Now I'm heating the pan. I need some oil. Where's the salt?
And what if I don't know the English word for something?
Don't stop. Try to describe it.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Imagine you don't know the word umbrella. You could say, it's something I use when it rains.
Oh, that's useful. So I can explain the idea even if I don't know the exact word.
Exactly. That's an important communication skill. Even native speakers forget words sometimes.
Really?
Of course, everyone forgets words. The important thing is knowing how to continue.
So instead of thinking, I can't speak because I don't know this word, I can ask myself, how can I explain it another way?
Exactly. That small change can make a big difference.
I think that's one of my biggest problems. When I forget one word, I stop talking.
Many learners do that. They think they need the perfect word before they can continue.
But real conversations don't work like that.
Exactly. Real communication is about getting your message across, and self-talk gives you a safe place to practice.
Yes, nobody is waiting for your answer, and nobody is judging your grammar.
That sounds much less stressful. It is. You can make mistakes, try again, and experiment with different sentences.
That could help shy learners a lot.
Definitely. Some learners know English, but they're afraid to speak because they're worried about making mistakes.
Especially when other people are listening.
Right. But when you're alone, you can practice without that pressure.
And the more I practice, the more comfortable I become.
Exactly. Confidence often comes from practice.
So I shouldn't wait until I feel confident before I start speaking.
Exactly. Start speaking, and confidence can grow from there.
There's another problem I have. Sometimes I understand English perfectly, but when someone asks me a question, I can't answer quickly.
That's very common. Listening and speaking are different skills.
So, how can self-talk help with that?
It can help you practice thinking directly in English.
Instead of translating everything in my head.
Exactly. Start with very simple thoughts. If you're hungry, think, I'm hungry. If you're tired, think, I'm tired. If you're thirsty, think, I need some water.
So, I'm connecting the situation directly with English.
Yes, and with regular practice, those simple sentences can become more automatic.
That sounds useful.
It is. You can practice this anywhere, while you're walking, shopping, cooking, or even waiting for the bus.
I could describe everything around me.
Exactly. Look around and say what you see. The street is busy. There's a blue car. People are walking. The weather is warm.
And then I can ask myself questions too?
Yes. For example, ask yourself, what am I doing today? Then answer, I'm going to work and later I'm going to meet a friend.
That's almost like having a conversation with myself.
Exactly. And that's a great way to practice.
I can see how this could become a daily habit.
That's the goal. It doesn't have to take an hour. Even 5 or 10 minutes of focused self-talk can give you useful speaking practice.
And I can do it every day.
Yes, consistency matters more than doing a huge amount once.
That makes sense.
But there's another side of self-talk that we haven't discussed yet.
What's that?
The way we talk to ourselves when we're nervous, stressed, or facing something difficult.
Oh, I definitely do that.
What do you usually say?
Before something difficult, I might say, "Okay, Daniel, stay calm, take a breath, you can do this."
That's a perfect example of positive self-talk, and I think this is where the topic gets even more interesting. That's a perfect example of positive self-talk, and I think this is where the topic gets even more interesting. Because sometimes we don't just talk to ourselves, we actually try to encourage ourselves. Exactly. Imagine you have an important English interview tomorrow. You might feel nervous and think, I'm going to make mistakes, my English isn't good enough. That sounds familiar. But you could change that thought. You could say, I'm nervous, but I've prepared. I can do my best. That sounds much better. It doesn't mean you're pretending everything is perfect. You're simply focusing on what you can control. So, positive self-talk isn't about lying to yourself. Exactly. It's about being realistic and supportive. I like that. Instead of saying, my English is terrible, I could say, my English isn't perfect yet, but I'm improving. That's a much healthier sentence. And it also reminds me that learning takes time. Yes, think about a baby learning to walk. Nobody expects the baby to stand up and immediately run. The baby falls down many times. Exactly. And nobody says, you're terrible at walking, give up. That would be a very strange thing to say to a baby. Exactly. But sometimes adults talk to themselves that way when learning English. I can't speak English. I'm too slow. I'll never be fluent. Right. And those thoughts can make learning feel much harder. So maybe I should change the way I talk to myself. Yes, try talking to yourself like you would talk to a good friend. If my friend made a grammar mistake, I wouldn't say, you're hopeless. Exactly. You'd probably say, it's okay, try again. So I should say that to myself too? Absolutely. There's something else I noticed. When I'm working on a difficult problem, I sometimes explain the problem out loud. That's another useful form of self-talk. For example, I'll say, okay, what do I need to do first? And then? Then I answer myself. First, I need to understand the problem. That's a great example. Speaking your thoughts out loud can help you organize them. So it's not only useful for language learning. Exactly. It can also help with planning and problem solving. I sometimes make a list of things I need to do by talking through them. Like what? I need to answer my emails. Then I need to go shopping. After that, I need to finish my work. And you're practicing English at the same time. That's true. That's what makes self-talk so useful for English learners. You can combine language practice with real-life thinking. So instead of memorizing random sentences, I can talk about things that actually matter to me. Exactly. That probably makes the vocabulary easier to remember, too. It can. When a word is connected to something meaningful in your life, it has more context. For example, if I learn the word appointment because I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, I'll probably remember it better. Exactly. You can say, I have an appointment tomorrow. Then ask yourself, what time is my appointment? It's at 10 o'clock. And then, what do I need to take with me? I need my phone, my wallet, and my documents. Perfect. Now you're practicing vocabulary, sentence structure, questions, and answers. And it doesn't feel like a grammar exercise. That's the beauty of it. But what about pronunciation? Can self-talk help with that? Definitely. You can use self-talk to notice how you pronounce words. How? Choose a short sentence and say it slowly. For example, I need to go to work. Then say it at a natural speed. I need to go to work. And then repeat it? Yes, you can record yourself if you want. That might feel a little strange. It might at first, but listening to your own voice can help you notice things you don't notice while speaking. Like pronunciation mistakes? Yes, and also pauses, speed, and unclear words. So I could record a 1-minute conversation with myself. Exactly. Ask yourself a question and answer it. For example, what did you do today? Today, I went to work. I had a busy morning, but I finished my most important task. That's already good speaking practice. Then I could listen to the recording and find one thing to improve. Exactly. Don't try to correct everything at once. Why not? Because that can become overwhelming. Choose one thing. Maybe pronunciation, maybe grammar, maybe vocabulary, maybe speaking speed. So, one small improvement at a time. Yes, and there's another useful technique, asking yourself follow-up questions. What do you mean? Let's say you say, I watched a movie last night. Don't stop there. Ask yourself, what movie? It was a comedy. Then ask, did you like it? Yes, I really liked it. Then ask, why did you like it? Because it was funny and the story was interesting. Exactly. Now you're practicing longer answers, opinions, reasons, and connecting words. Words like because, however, although, and for example. Exactly. This is becoming much more interesting than just repeating vocabulary. Because you're actually using the language, and that's the important difference. So, if someone wants to improve their speaking, they should stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. Yes, use the opportunities you already have. Even if the only person listening is me. Exactly. And there's one more thing I want to talk about because it's connected to something many learners experience, negative thoughts when they make mistakes. Oh yes, that's a big one. And the way you respond to those mistakes can make a huge difference in your progress. So, what should I say to myself when I make a mistake? That's exactly what we should talk about next. That's exactly what we should talk about next.
Okay, so what should I say when I make a mistake?
First, don't panic. Making mistakes is a normal part of learning.
Sometimes I make a mistake and immediately think my English is terrible.
Instead, try saying, I made a mistake, but that's okay. I can learn from it.
That sounds much more positive.
And more useful. Remember, a mistake gives you information. It shows you something you can improve.
So instead of being angry with myself, I should become curious.
Exactly. Ask yourself, why did I make that mistake? Then try the sentence again.
For example, if I say, he go to work yesterday, I can correct it to, he went to work yesterday.
Perfect. Then say the correct sentence again.
He went to work yesterday.
Excellent. And then move on. Don't spend 10 minutes feeling bad about one mistake.
That's something I definitely need to practice.
We all do sometimes.
Can self-talk also help with vocabulary?
Absolutely. One of my favorite methods is describing your day and forcing yourself to use new words.
How does that work?
Choose 3 new words every day, then try to use each one in a sentence about your real life.
Let's try it.
Okay, today's words are comfortable, decide, and improve.
I feel comfortable when I practice English alone.
Great.
I need to decide what topic I'm going to talk about today.
Excellent.
And I want to improve my English speaking.
Perfect. See, you just practiced 3 new words without memorizing a long vocabulary list.
And because I use them in sentences about myself, I'll probably remember them better.
Exactly.
What about listening? Can self-talk help with listening too?
Indirectly, yes. When you become more comfortable producing English sounds in sentences, you can often become more aware of them when listening.
So speaking and listening support each other.
Exactly. That's why a balanced routine is helpful.
What would your ideal daily English routine look like?
I'd keep it simple. First, listen to English for 10 or 15 minutes. Then, spend 5 or 10 minutes speaking. After that, review a few useful words or expressions.
And the speaking part could be self-talk.
Exactly.
Could someone also use self-talk for shadowing practice?
Yes, but shadowing is a little different. With shadowing, you listen to a speaker and repeat almost immediately.
So I could listen to a sentence and repeat it.
Right. Then, after shadowing, you can use the same expressions in your own sentences.
That sounds powerful.
It is. For example, if you hear, I'm not sure what to do, you can practice that sentence, then create your own. I'm not sure what to eat. I'm not sure where to go. I'm not sure when to leave.
Now I'm using one pattern in several situations.
Exactly. That's how useful language becomes flexible.
I think many learners memorize one sentence and never learn how to change it.
That's true. Instead of memorizing only complete sentences, learn patterns. Can you give us another example?
Sure. Take the pattern I used to.
You can say, I used to live in a small town.
I used to play football every weekend.
Exactly.
I used to watch English videos without understanding much.
And now?
Now I understand much more.
Perfect. That's a real conversation with yourself.
I'm beginning to see how many possibilities there are.
There are a lot, and you can make it fun.
How?
Pretend you're being interviewed. Ask yourself questions like, where are you from? What do you do? What do you enjoy doing? What are your goals?
And then answer naturally.
Exactly.
What if I don't know what to say?
Ask a simpler question. You don't need to give a 5-minute answer. Start with one sentence, then add another.
So I could say, I like movies. Then, I especially like comedy movies. Then, I like them because they help me relax.
Exactly. You're expanding your answer step by step.
That seems much easier than trying to speak for 5 minutes immediately.
Definitely.
There's something else I want to ask. Is it okay to talk to yourself in your first language too?
Of course, self-talk isn't only an English learning technique, it's a normal human behavior.
So we shouldn't feel strange about it.
Not at all. The important thing is how you use it.
And if we're learning English, we can simply add English to that habit.
Exactly.
I think that's the biggest lesson from today's conversation.
I agree. You don't always need more time. Sometimes you just need to use the time you already have differently.
So 5 minutes while walking can become English practice.
Yes, 10 minutes while cooking can become English practice.
And even waiting for the bus can become speaking practice.
Exactly.
Okay, Emma, let's give our listeners a simple challenge.
I like that. Here's today's challenge. For the next 5 minutes, speak only English to yourself.
Don't worry about difficult grammar.
Don't worry about making mistakes.
And don't stop just because you forget one word.
Describe what you're doing. Talk about your plans. Talk about your day. Talk about something you enjoy.
And if you don't know a word, describe it using other words.
Exactly.
Then tomorrow, try it again.
Yes, make it a daily habit.
5 minutes today.
5 minutes tomorrow, and 5 minutes the day after that.
Small practice repeated consistently can create big results over time.
And remember, your goal isn't perfect English.
Your goal is progress,
One sentence at a time,
one conversation at a time.
and one day at a time.
Exactly. Thank you so much for spending this time with us on Effortless English Zone.
We hope today's conversation helped you feel more comfortable speaking English.
And remember, you don't always need someone else to start practicing.
Sometimes you can simply start with yourself.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep believing in your progress.
See you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone, and keep speaking English.